46% of teachers report high levels of stress, and that is comparable to what nurses report, and they're the two highest stress occupations.
Just the constant energy we're giving to our students, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual energy that we're giving to others, eventually we just run out of energy. And that's when burnout happens. That's when you become cynical. That's when you start to question, why did I even become a teacher? Do I even enjoy this anymore?
There's this fundamental dissatisfaction, like, it's not the way I wanted it to be. It's not the way I remember it. Why isn't this like how it felt when I was in 3rd grade and my teacher loved me and I was the teacher's pet? Because you've changed and the world has changed and the kids have changed.
What's going on here? It feels like, I know you want to learn. I really want you to learn, but something's not working.
In teacher education, you're never really told how emotionally demanding teaching is. And then you're certainly not given the tools to cope with that.
I think without learning all the things that I've learned in the toolbox about mindfulness, I don't think I could do what I do every day.
The attentional demands of teaching are incredible.
You're going so fast, right? You're thinking about a million things, you're multitasking.
The kids, the time, your lesson.
Often that's when we as teachers, we become reactive.
We sometimes use a metaphor of an elevator. So you start your day on ground floor, and your elevator over the day your stress level can go up. Often the stress level is going up and you're not even noticing it.
And so you might not even notice that you just called out the same student 3 times when another student did the same thing. Or you might not notice that you've been getting more and more stressed out by little side chatting that to you is a sign that the students don't care about what you're talking.
It's really hard to think straight when your mind is on the 10th floor. So bringing everything back down to baseline will allow you to see what's actually happening. Mindfulness can help you notice it, because that's the first step.
The awareness to know, oh, I'm getting triggered because through mindfulness, I'm a little more aware of what's going on in my body. Maybe I'm clenching my jaw. Then you can just at least notice that for a moment. And maybe that pause is enough to not react right away at that student that gets you every day, right?
Just being aware of the different, thoughts that are constantly, running through my mind, and having the tools to not be at the mercy of those thoughts, where it's just, oh, something else is possible. There's a different way of being.
The toolbox has helped me to be more where I am. It's still pretty stressful, but I used to be at such a high level of stress that it was hard for me to enjoy what I was doing. And so now I'm starting to enjoy even more what I'm doing.
So before I had developed a mindfulness practice, each day was about reaching the objective of the lesson, but those objectives weren't acknowledging what was going on in the world and what was going on emotionally for students. So as I developed a mindfulness practice, I was able to teach in a fun and engaging way that was transformational for students. For me, that was the beginning of me becoming what felt like a true educator. Once I started feeling more grounded and present with my students, I found teaching to be so much more joyful than it had ever been.